This outbreak has changed everyday life across the nation, and the confusion and anxiety many are feeling has drawn parallels to the HIV/AIDS epidemic of the 1980s. Local 22's Devin Bates spoke with St. Michael's College professor Trish Siplon, who is a longtime AIDS scholar and activist, and Devin is live in the newsroom tonight to give us some more insight on this.
Yeah, Lauren, Dr. Siplon has spent years researching how the HIV/AIDS pandemic spread around the world and the activism that followed that. And as she's watched the coronavirus pandemic spread, she's viewing it through the lens of that experience. 2 weeks ago, national awareness of the coronavirus outbreak seemed to skyrocket when Utah Jazz center Rudy Gobert and power couple Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson tested positive for the virus. It was a night that reminded HIV/AIDS activist and St. Michael's professor Trish Siplon of another outbreak that shook the nation.
In the United States with AIDS, it was Magic Johnson, and around this one, it's been sports teams and it's been entertainers.
In the weeks since, the federal government and individual states have taken measures of varying degrees to slow the spread of the virus. During the HIV/AIDS epidemic, there was a debate over abstinence versus harm reduction approaches. Dr. Siplon said the abstinence approach in this situation is more applicable, but there's a lesson to be learned from harm reduction when it comes to COVID-19.
You set out a model that says, in an ideal world, this is what we're going to do. And then I think you also have to look at the circumstances you're in and ask yourself, so what's doable in that? And how do I organize things to also be breaking through the denial factor at the same time?
Siplon said the gradual measures taken locally wasted valuable time, but they were necessary to break through skepticism that COVID-19 was a problem. I also wondered if any lessons learned through the HIV/AIDS pandemic are being practiced now.
One of the really important things that we're seeing right now is institutional memory, and that's embodied in Anthony Fauci, but it's not only Anthony Fauci. Deborah Birx is not as well known, but she stands next to President Trump at a lot of these press conferences, and she's our U.S. ambassador who has for a long time ran the President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief. And so there are human beings that are carrying that knowledge around, and I think they are just incredibly, incredibly valuable.
Now, Dr. Siplon also said one of the things people aren't considering widely right now is the need to help countries that aren't as equipped to address this crisis, and emphasize the importance of protecting our vulnerable populations. Live in the newsroom tonight, Devin Bates, Local 22 News.